How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another video, and you may have already heard about the Dr. Disrespect's situation and the saga. He has released a statement, so I wanted to go through that. We do have additional information as well that I just want to touch on at the end of this video, so do keep an eye out for that. But if you do find this useful, informative, and just want to support the channel, hit that like button, subscribe, hit that bell to stay up to date with all content I release, and don't forget to share. Of course, you can also support me via my YouTube membership, Patreon, and of course the super thanks. Right, so let's get on with the actual video, because this gets a little dicey and a little uncomfortable and somewhat can get a little disturbing based on what we're actually about to read. So apologies if this is not the sort of content you're expecting on this channel, but I did want to cover this because it is currently everywhere, and I just wanted to go through it personally myself and give my opinion on it as a parent myself. So Dr. Disrespect comes out and says the Twitch ban. Hello, I'd like to make a quick statement. Now, I also want to preface that this is the original transcript that was posted, through the last edited. You'll see here that there is 3 versions of it. This was 7 hours ago. We are looking at the original post before he edited anything out. Let's cut the BS. As you know, there's no filter with me. I've always been upfront and real with you guys on anything that can be upfront about, and I'm always willing to accept responsibility, which is why I'm here now. So, so far, so good. At least, why it's been this long, there are multiple reasons, and whatever, let's just continue. First and foremost, I do want to apologize to everyone in my community, as well as those close to me, my team, and everyone at Midnight Society Game Studio. That studio is now pretty much Hubar. Dr. Disrespect was pretty much funding that studio and keeping the lights switched on. Now that he stepped away, I assume so will his funding. And with his funding going away, because I don't think they want anything to, any money from him, considering they came out publicly and said, hey, we are done with you. We want nothing else to do with you. We are distancing ourselves from you. They're not going to go and take his money now, because that would just look even more sleazy. A lot of people have been left in the dark about what's happened yesterday with Midnight Society and we made the painful decision collectively to have me step down. Our team is full of incredibly talented and good people that have high career ambitions and families, and I'd never want to jeopardize the culture we have carefully crafted. Fair enough, he did the right thing, stepping down because he didn't want Midnight Society to actually suffer for it. Everyone has been wanting to know why I was banned from Twitch, but for reasons outside of my control, I was not allowed to say anything for the last several years. That's perfectly normal with an ongoing case. You're not allowed to talk about the particulars. You're not allowed to talk about the details, because anything that is spoken about could get, contaminated. Things could be fabricated. Things could, it can get messy. So in the interest of keeping everything succinct, that's the way it's preferred within courtrooms. Now that former Twitch employees have publicly disclosed the accusations, and this is wrong, right? Regardless of what the rest of this actually says, Twitch is about to, Dr. Disrespect will be suing Twitch, and they're going to be losing a lot of money. This is going to cost Twitch metric tons, and those 2 former employees will probably never get a job again. So there's that. But there's a bigger story here, right? But doing this, those 2 former employees have just pretty much ended their career in any respectable job. And don't get me wrong, the information needed to go public, right? It needed to go public, but it wasn't down to these guys to do it. It was Twitch's responsibility to do it. And obviously Twitch didn't do it because they decided that business was more important than morals. So do keep that in mind. I can now tell you my side of the story regarding the ban. Were there Twitch whisper messages with an individual minor back in 2017? Now, this word minor has been edited out of the latest release of this tweet. The answer is yes. Were there real intentions behind these messages? The answer is absolutely not. These were casual, mutual conversations that sometimes leaned too much in the direction of being inappropriate. So he, it sounds like he knew this person was a minor because apparently they offer this service where they help people actually, start off in the industry as a streamer. So, one of the few questions that you're going to ask is name, what sort of content are you into? What is your age? This sort of thing has happened. So the fact is he must have known that they were a minor or at some point. But he's saying here, leaned too much in the direction of being inappropriate, but nothing more. It doesn't matter what direction it was leaning into. The fact is, as a grown man, you should not be making that mistake. It's not even a mistake. You just shouldn't be doing it full stop. Just thinking about it makes me really uncomfortable. Making this video is making me really uncomfortable. I'm really, it's nasty, right? These were nothing illegal happened. It doesn't matter that nothing illegal happened, and you can't justify what you're saying by nothing illegal happened when you openly admitted that these conversations that sometimes leaned too much in the direction of being inappropriate. You can't actually you can't do that. That statement there is wrong. No pictures were shared, no crimes were committed. That in itself should, if that isn't telling you that what you've done is wrong, and you're trying to dismiss it based on nothing illegal happened, no pictures were shared, no crimes were committed, it's wrong, right? It's wrong. You should not be talking inappropriately to a minor. End of. It's a minor. And as Ninja said, clearly they found something, which is why he's coming out now and trying to clear his name. If they didn't find anything, and apparently there's documents leaking around, so we're probably going to hear about that in a day or two. I'll go through those as well once it comes out, but this is just not right, man. I never even met the individual. You don't need to. Speaking to anyone, it's a public forum. Even if it's a DM on Twitch, it's, those logs are saved. Surely you have some common sense that this is going to be flagged at some point. Anyway, I went through a lengthy arbitration regarding a civil dispute with which Twitch and the case was resolved by a settlement. Let me be clear, it was not a criminal case against me and no criminal charges have been brought against me. The reason why no criminal charges were brought against them and there was a settlement and the fact that he was actually paid the settlement, right? The reason why that happened is because of those two employees that decided that they wanted to be a vigilante, come out and actually talk about it. And that's where things get murky, because if you start doing that, that's when things go wrong. And you're not allowed to do that, right? You're not allowed to do that. Now that two former Twitch employees have publicly disclosed the accusations, I can now tell you my side. Now, the fact that they actually came out, they broke a number of laws, from data protection, from CCP. They actually broke quite a few legal policies and laws where they were not legally allowed to go into this information to actually check. And, this is, and I'm guessing they've already lost their job, but this is a breach of confidence on Twitch's side as well. So Twitch actually agreed to the settlement to pay him off to kind of cover up these two over here. So Twitch here at the moment is, just as much at fault, if you ask me, for trying to cover this mess up. Let me be clear, it was not a criminal case against me and no criminal charges have been made or brought against me. Now, from a moral standpoint, I'll absolutely take responsibility. I should have never entertained these conversations to begin with. No, you shouldn't. You should have known as a grown man, regardless of what's going to happen, especially someone in your stature, this is going to end badly. Now, this is the one you got caught about. The problem is now, people are going to ask about the ones you didn't get caught about. Are there any more? Even if you say no right now, it doesn't matter. The fact is, people on the back of their mind are always going to think there is more. This is the one that you got found out about, the one that you got caught about. This pretty much has ended, is going to end, well, it has ended his career. I don't see any way back for Dr. Disrespect. I just don't see any way back for him. I don't think I can't imagine YouTube taking him back. Where's he going to go to? Kick? Maybe Kick might take him, considering the stuff that they do over there. But even them, I don't think will take him at this point. Then again, he doesn't need money. The dude's like got 10 million net capital. What does he need money for? He can retire and do whatever he wants. That's on me. That's one, me as an adult, a husband, a father. It should never have happened. I get it. I'm not perfect, and I'll own my shit. This was stupid. It was. And I really feel, for the wife and the kid. Because now they're going to be, especially that child, this is everywhere now. That child going to school is going to get bullied, traumatized. The wife walking outside is going to get, bullied, verbally assaulted, traumatized. And for what? Was it really worth it? It's like he didn't think what this could mean to himself and decided that I don't know, maybe it was a lapse of judgment. But again, I don't know what I'm not going to try and defend him because there's no reason to defend him. What he did was wrong. It's sickening and it shouldn't happen. Like, as a parent myself, just thinking about a grown man talking to my child makes my blood boil. Now with all this said, I don't get it. Don't get it mistaken. I've seen all of the remarks and labels being thrown around loosely. Social media is a destruction zone. I'm no predator or PDF. Are you kidding me? Anyone that truly knows me knows where I stand on those things with those types of people. But that's the problem. The fact that you've done this and you tried to hide it and you got caught and now it's out in the open and now you're saying, well, nothing really happened, and Twitch themselves tried to bury it as well, and they, because of the employees deciding to breach their own company policy and the law, well, it looks shady. And now people will ask, how many more are there out there? How many more will come out of the woodwork now, out of the caves, to come out and tell their story? That's a different level of disgust, and I hate even hearing about it. Don't be labeling me as the worst of the worst with your exaggerations. Get out of here with that shit. But I think what I've said what I needed to say regarding the ban itself. That's it. That's why Twitch made the decision in 2020. To my team, community, industry friends that have supported me, I apologize. I wish I could have, said this all sooner. You guys have always showed me and my family love and support throughout all these years. We love you guys like you can't imagine. Well, clearly because they've been, they've given you the lifestyle that you have today. I mean, this dude had everything. He had everything made. Like, I don't understand why. I just don't. I have the best community and circle. If any of this has made you uncomfortable, I get it. You don't have to support me anymore. But just know you have always been greatly appreciated. But trust me when I say this to all my haters that live and breathe social media with zero real life experience, I don't give a F about you. Finally, if you're uncomfortable with this entire statement and think I'm a piece of shit, that's fine. But I'm not going anywhere. I'm not the same guy that made this mistake all those years ago. I mean, so he's clearly owning up to it and fully accepts that he kind of knew it was a minor. So it was something that he knowingly did. That is the worst part about this. Right? Everything here is indicating that he knowingly did it. I'm taking an extended vacation with my family, as mentioned on stream, and I'm coming back with a heavy weight off my shoulders. No, you're not. You're coming back to a shitstorm, buddy. No one is going to take you. YouTube isn't going to accept you. I really doubt Kick, although they have got some dodgy things going on over there, but they want me to disappear. Yeah, right. And you've got some people down here who are still defending him. I can't defend this. I can't support this. I can't. I mean, the fact that, conversations that sometimes lean too much in the direction of being inappropriate, I should have never entertained these conversations to begin with. This is all wrong, man. This is all wrong. And the only reason Twitch, gave into a settlement was that now that two former Twitch employees have publicly disclosed the accusations when they were not supposed to, because legally they were not allowed. And because they were former Twitch employees and they had access to those informations through Twitch, Twitch had no choice but to agree to the settlement and pay the doc. You see? And they tried to bury this. And when they tried to bury this, they decided that they're going to release everything. It's crazy. But this actually came out today. Apparently sent with Proton Mail Secure. Now, I've been told that this is actually fake. This goes into a lot of detail about what presumably happened, but there's so many inconsistencies in this, saying that, the doc didn't actually do any sexting or stuff like that, but he's actually openly admitting here that he actually did. He knew the age. Over here it says that, he didn't know the age, but clearly over here he was aware and made a mistake and shouldn't have happened. So I've also heard seen on Twitter that Slasher apparently has falsified this and said, that he can prove that it's false. So I wouldn't take much note in this. Obviously, over the next few days, we're going to get more and more information about this. And if you are interested in me continuing to cover this, let me know in the comment section below, and we can definitely do that. But as of right now, this is just icky, man. This is disgusting. You don't do that. I don't care what anyone says. And the people that are trying to defend this, I mean, how? How are you doing that? I don't get it. But anyway, folks, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let's have that discussion, and I'll see you in the next one. Remain legend.